morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Market Mornings. I know it's been a while. I like to do that sometimes. I like to disappear, take breaks, and all that good stuff. Get some light. Get my lighting right here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Um, yeah, man. I like to take breaks from time to time, just to kind of step away. Like I said, I don't trade all the time, so it's not really a full time thing for me. But yeah, welcome back to another episode of Market Mornings. I'm your host, Reed. As always, this is not financial advice. This is intended for entertainment purposes only, entertainment and informational purposes only. Not a financial advisor at the moment. And make sure you reach out to your financial advisor before you make any trades and all that good stuff. So yeah, man. Like I said, I've been taking a break, took a break away from the market. That don't mean I wasn't trading. I'm just still trying to build my platform and be able to provide these educational things to you guys. And I appreciate all the love and support. I got my Discord coming soon. So just building that up in the background, getting a lot of partners to come through and drop some knowledge on you guys. Um, we've been playing with just different aspects of trading. It's not always about just the one-on-one stocks. Or I'm sorry, just purchasing stocks and all that stuff. It's there's a lot. This is a crazy world of trading, and there's a lot of things to learn, and it's like golf, I think, and you'll never learn all there is to learn about it. Um, so yeah, man. If you got any comments, just always remember drop those in the chat below. If you want to check out some of my affiliate links, click the link in the bio or down in the description. And make sure you like, subscribe, and set that notification bell so you know when when I'm jumping on here. As you can see, it's not that consistent right now, but I will be. You know what I'm saying? The more and more I learn and able to buy back my time, the more you'll see me. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's always a good way to support the stream. You will hear about some affiliate links during my streams, but there's no pressure on that. It's just a way to support the stream. So, a lot of things going on, man, in the market. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of a calm right now. For most people, maybe it's been a calm. It's been some ups and downs. Um, right now we got S&P 500. They're back up. The Stunk 600 is up. Actually, it's slightly down this morning. The dollar index, the dollar's been, I won't say plummeting, but it's been losing value. Um, and I guess ironically, this has probably been the best week in the market for bonds. And right now, currently, the Hang Seng is down a little bit. So I, I guess you could say it's a mixed market out here. Um, I've been paying attention to all of the news that's been going on in the Middle East. Um, it didn't affect oil like I thought it would. I've been trading oil, gold, and natural gas. Gold's up a little bit this morning. It's at 33.41, and surprisingly, oil is up as well. Oil's at 65.41 a barrel. So that's up. It's on the double top. It could come down, and natural gas is come off of its major slide down from like 370, 365 to 332 right now. So yeah, I've been trading oil and gas, and um, it's been actually been rocky because, like I said, the Middle East, the stuff going on there didn't affect oil like I thought it would. It didn't skyrocket, and that kind of conflict was a little bit short lived. Excuse me, let me blow my nose. That conflict was short lived, so we didn't get the move that a lot of people, were expecting during that time. So yeah. And if you make sure you share the live. Make sure share the live to all your peoples. So we can get this community up. Like I said, this channel is all about knowledge, spreading the knowledge, spreading the love as far as trading. You know what I'm saying? And good traders know it all goes down in the morning. It's all about this prep. It's all about watching Bloomberg and CNBC and knowing what's going on before that bell, so you have a plan and you're not like scrambling and scraping. Uh, no Diddy. Um, and you're ready. You know what I'm saying? You're ready for what's to come. Um, yeah. So what's going on, Doghouse? Welcome to the channel. Jen Nats Grammy, welcome to the channel. We're just let's get into some news. I like to start the day off with some news, so we can kind of see the landscape of what we're getting into. And I like Bloomberg. Bloomberg's a good source of information. You do have to pay for the channel. I mean, pay for the channel. Pay for the access, which is unfortunate, but it's worth it. I think it's only like, I don't know, maybe like $10 a month, something like that. Um, and that's not a plug. I'm not an affiliate with them. So, but I guess you can go BlackRock. BlackRock sees growing client push to diversify away from U.S. assets. Let's see here. Over 20% of BlackRock's clients are considering reducing their exposure to the U.S. market. Clients are showing interest in diversifying, particularly Asia, with 19 billion inflows into China over the last 3 months. And BlackRock is advising clients to diversify. They're advising clients to diversify their portfolio by region, sector, and asset class. And a lot of them are focused on European equity ETFs, and they're seeing like an inflow of 60 billion. So people are starting to move away, as I just said, away from the US, or at least they're getting that itch. You know what I'm saying? And BlackRock, if you know BlackRock, they own pretty much everything, or at least have a piece of everything. Yeah, like I said, they're the world's biggest asset manager. Um, they're even advising their clients to do so. So I won't say that's unheard of, but that's something definitely new in the market. That's not, you don't typically see BlackRock advising away from away from away from the US. So that's concerning, to say the least. Um you got this quote from Wu, says there's a pretty good amount of people that were looking to Asia equity positioning. So a lot of these tariffs were designed to hurt Asia and Europe, but it just seems like they're they're benefiting from that. So we'll continue to definitely watch that in the news. Let me see. We got more Frontier stock gains seen after first half. Let me see. We got more Frontier market stocks had their strongest first half, with MSCI's. Yeah. Frontier market posting their strongest first half. And yeah, 25. Yeah. So I mean, you know, um, frontier markets are cheap. So it's like all these very small cap, less liquidity stocks. They're seeing a jump. So people are taking risk. And this is usually what happens in this time because you're not getting the same gains that you want. So that you normally get like on Mag 7 stuff. Um, and you just start, you start getting antsy because you need to pay those bills. So what's going on, BYC? Um, so you, you start taking risk, and these smaller frontier markets are, they move a lot more than what's typical. So people are taking those chances. Um, like I said, MSCI is up. I mean, they're not up too much, but they're up. So I don't know. That's something that's going on in the news. Irrational exuberance. Stock gauge sparks fresh bubble worries. Yeah, people say it's a bubble. And I mean, if this is a bubble, we really in trouble. Bangladesh court sentences ex prime minister. Yeah, we got some more corruption. EU set to offer shields for exporters under carbon border. Yeah, so um, let's get down to some other stuff. Trump's 35% tariff feeds Japan's worst case scenario fears. Let's check this out. See what they got going on. Welcome, Tony. Trump's 35% tariff threat feeds Japan's worst. So basically, U.S. President Donald Trump threatens Japan with tariffs of up to 35%, fueling fears of a worst case scenario. Trump's latest threats fits in with the high pressure deal making strategy. So he's putting a lot of pressure on them, and as we know, and he's threatening these high tariffs, 35%. And I guess they get a lot of Japan depends on Evo. What's happening? Evora, what's happening? Um, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Market Mornings. But yeah, he's basically putting a lot of pressure on them, and exports, especially vehicles, is a big part of Japan's offerings. So high pressure deals. That's what our leadership is about. So it's kind of fueling Japan's worst case scenario, what they thought. And they've stood firm in negotiations, insisting that a win-win deal must encompass all tariffs in one go. But some observers, I'm sorry, say more needs to be done to convince the U.S. to back off. So Japan officials are getting a lot of pressure, saying, "Hey, stand up to this guy. This needs to be a mutual agreement here." But I doubt the U.S. backs off, because that's a big part of the mantra here going on. So we'll continue to watch Japan. Bank of Japan is solid right now. Azora Bank is down a little bit, and the Nikkei, like I mentioned, is down about a half a point. So these tariffs have a worldwide effect. Paramount settles Trump's 60-minute suit for $16 million. Let's see what this is about. If you don't know, I think Paramount is they're the parent company of 60 Minutes, and they got sued because they said some disparaging things about. Actually, no, they're getting sued because of their editing of a Kamala Harris um, interview. So Paramount has reached a settlement with Donald Trump over a lawsuit alleging election interference. It showed two different versions of a 60-minute interview with then Vice President Kamala Harris. They agreed to pay $16 million, including plaintiff fees. Remaining amount going to future presidential library, but no money will be paid directly to Trump. As part of the settlement, CBS has agreed to release transcripts of presidential candidate interviews in the future, and the deal is seen to seen as critical for Paramount to gain approval from federal regulators. So I mean, again, this is high pressure stuff. We're gonna sue you, and we need this money, or you may face some trouble with federal regulators. So off of this news, Paramount's up 2.2%, 2.02%, and Comcast is also up almost 2%. So I guess a good deal for them. What's going on, Russell? A good deal for them. To settle this lawsuit and keep the regulators off their back, because they was coming. What else we got? I guess it's a light news morning. A lot of stuff has already happened. U.S. halts key weapons deliveries. So Russia's gonna crank up. It says the bombing Iran was a win for Putin. It's kind of discouraging that a lot of the financial news is political. Highway robberies are now just a part of doing business in Mexico. Yeah. I guess it's like the norm. You know what I'm saying? If you're bringing product up from Mexico, you better have paid off the people that you need to pay off, or pay the toll, or you're gonna have problems. And even then, you still may have problems. They still may get at you, and take what's theirs, so to speak. So be careful out there doing business in Mexico. Let's see. Americans overheated landfills have been making. Yeah, man, I can imagine. You see a landfill. Landfills are just they're like built right by subdivisions and stuff. So I don't know. So I mean, like I said, it's not too much going on. Let's see what Yahoo's got for us. And again, I like to just look at the market, look at the news. Well, boss lady, what's going on? I like to look at the news to just to see where I'm at, to see what kind of how the water is, as I'm jumping in. And same thing, we're talking about Trump tariffs. Um, Musk is right. Oh, I forgot about Musk. Musk says he wants another round. If you don't know, Musk is let's see what Twitter says. Musk has came at Trump again based on the bill that was passed by the Senate. He's threatened to campaign against anyone that supported the bill. He says that if that's the last thing he does on Earth, that's what he's gonna do. So let me see. Let's see what's trending here. Sorry, my computer's running slow. I probably got too much stuff open. Let me close some of these windows here. Some stuff we don't need. Come on. And I said I had the fastest internet that I can get. What's going on, Kenny? Or K.E. Smith? I just assumed it was Kenny. My bad. Elon's number one thing trending. And as you can see, Elon, about robots. What was he? Let's see what he's been saying. Elon Musk. And he's talking about Starlink now available in Sri Lanka. Every failure builds, yada yada yada. And he's giving credit where credit is due. I guess I can't find. Maybe he deleted those tweets, but there's a lot of tweets about him disliking the bill, and saying that it's it says removal of funding for enforcement of federal contempt order. So he's I think this is getting down to what he was saying. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he took him down. But he was definitely coming at Trump. Is this one? Yeah, the $37 trillion time bomb. It's our debt. He's promoting Rand Paul. What Rand Paul is definitely against the big beautiful bill. So I can't. Maybe he took those down. Maybe they were just retweets. But he's definitely. He's supporting Thomas Massey, um, who is also a proponent of the new bill. And like, I think this may be it right here. What's the point of a debt ceiling if we keep raising it? Um, all I'm asking is we don't bankrupt America. Hitting the debt ceiling is the only thing that will actually force the government to cut waste and fraud. So it's not Doge. Um, well, yeah. So he started saying all those things, and then let's see what you see Trump, Elon. Trump, like, I don't know if you can hear this. I won't play it because I don't think you can. But Trump starts basically threatening to deport him. They ask him if if he's gonna deport Elon. He's like, yeah. No, he said, are you like you're gonna deport Elon? He's like, I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. We might have to put Doge on Elon. So he's gonna sick his own dog that he created. What's going on, line? His own dog that he created on him, just because he has a disagreement with with the big beautiful bill. And I'm non partial. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I'm an independent, so I'm not arguing for Democrats or Republicans. This is not a political show. We're just following the money. And the richest man in the world supposedly has an issue with it. So like it or love it, that's what's going on. I won't say this is round three, but it's definitely some new happenings in that in the saga that is Elon and Trump. So yeah, I almost forgot about that. Um, yeah, if you know anything, if you've been not know anything, if you've been paying attention, Apple's way behind in the AI game. So much so that it's affecting their stock. I think they're down 20 or 30% year to date, and they're trying desperately to get into that game. I heard something that was interesting is that why am I disconnected? Did I say something that was wrong? I guess I said something that was wrong. I have to figure out what that was. Well, we got disconnected there. Um, it only happens when, like I said, when I'm, I don't know. We'll just keep it on the business. I didn't mean to close that window either. Yeah. So I don't know what I said, but TikTok didn't agree with it. So we'll just keep on moving. Um, Nothing real big. Like I said, it's a light day in the news, at least this early. U.S. stock futures stall with trade deals in focus. So a lot of these to get more movement, we need trade deals. We need trade deals. Gold holds ground as investors await U.S. jobs data. The economic calendar. Let's see what that. We got jobs today at 10 a.m. Job openings. We got ISM manufacturing also at 10. At 9:45, we got the S&P final U.S. manufacturing PMI, and then also at 10 a.m. the construction spending. So I think these numbers and it's job openings are reported to be down 7.3 million. Well, for the forecast is 7.3 million. It was 7.4 the previous report. So We got the employment numbers tomorrow. 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. We got the U.S. trade deficit numbers. So that's supposedly we're working on that. The previous one was negative 61 billion. So it's a pretty, as always, a pretty eventful week and Thursday is the end of the trading day for this week due to the holiday. So yeah, welcome Clay. Welcome welcome Clay. I didn't see the other name that popped up. Sorry about that. Welcome to the channel. We just doing a little market morning research here, looking over the news and what are the highlights for the day. Yeah, if you don't know, that the Senate passed the GOP tax bill. There were some beneficiaries of that. I know one of them was solar. In a lot of the solar companies, one that I was in. Let's go to the charts. One that I was in was Run. Actually, we don't want this view. TikTokers. Run. I think as long as I don't mention any other platform, I think TikTok's okay with me. But as soon as I mention something else, they start reconnecting me and all that stuff. But yeah, Run. If you got in on this, sorry I wasn't streaming to give you this heads up. But Run Inc. is a solar company. They benefited off of the new bill. Reason being is a lot of people thought that the what am I trying to say? The solar, basically like the what do they call them? I don't know, the solar. Damn, what is it called? I don't know, all the environmental stuff that the other guys were pushing. A lot of people thought that was going to go away, but there's actually still time. They're not going to shut it off until 2007. So those credits will still remain for solar until 2027. A lot of people, like I said, thought that those would go down. So because of that, you've seen some jump in a lot of the solar companies. One of them was Sunrun. They jumped. See what we got here. They jumped 17% yesterday, and they're up pre-market as well. So are they up pre-market? Yeah, they're up to like 924 pre-market. So which is good. Let's see some of the big gainers. This company, I have no idea what they do, but BMNR, Bite Mine Immersion. I guess they just popped on the scene, and a lot of people were not petrified. They jumped in. They came in at $12, and they had a high of like 70 something. So that's a 400 some percent jump. Of course, I was late to the party. Got in. I bought a share yesterday, just one share. I mean, I'm not, I'm not trying to lose a lot of money just by, following the FOMO. And it's down pre-market, because I bought in at like 46, of course. So I lost $3 on that. I mean, hey, whatever. But this company jumped up there. Like I said, they're up 35% yesterday, with only a $12 move. So that's I don't know what they do, but they're definitely on the radar. IHS is up as well this morning. Well, these are some of the top gainers. IHS Holdings, they're an industrial service, and they're up a little bit pre-market as well. MLCO, Melco Resorts. Um, Let me see. They're up. What are they up? I don't know what. I guess they don't have any pre-market trading. Um, they also took a big jump yesterday. We already talked about Run, and then PII Polaris. Polaris, as you can see, had a big jump as well, and that's a consumer durable. I believe are they a solar company? Includes. I didn't mean to go to consumer durables. I meant to go to Polaris. See what Polaris does. Welcome, Linda. Welcome officially. Um, yeah. So they were up 10%. They're up 13% this month. So a little bit of a pullback. Oh, they're power sport. Oh, Polaris. Yeah, power sport vehicles. A lot of off road vehicles. People are getting into that, getting off the grid, so to speak. So yeah, they were up. Some of the losers. Um, AVAV. I seen a lot of puts on AVAV. I think on the options flow chain. Well, I seen them on the flow chart. Um, AVAV. Yeah, and it was. I don't know. There's a lot of long calls, like 2 year calls on them for 200, 300, stuff like that. So but as you can see, they lost a lot yesterday. Not a lot, but they were definitely down. Um, Nebius, Archer Aviation. If you've been following me, that's one of my long term plays. They took a fall yesterday. Let's see what the news was. Yeah, I guess some insiders sold shares worth looks like 1 million, according to SEC report. So I guess people started taking profit. They're anticipating maybe a slight pullback here. Because of that. So I mean, as you can see, it's dropped under the 200 EMA um, at open yesterday. So probably a good time to take profit if you had those. A lot. If you don't know what's going on, Rob, Stu, if you don't know, these officers, they have to file these. They can't just say wake up in the morning and try to sell stock. They have to have already had this request in place with the SEC, and some of those times it's good to. What's going on, Brandon? Some of those times it's good to take profit. I mean, especially if you're in the know, or if you see something like this, the stock's getting close to the 200 EMA, not a lot on the horizon. Go ahead and take profit. So looks like what happened yesterday with this stock. Um, so yeah, but in the long run, it's definitely one of my plays because of the fact that they're going to be we got robo taxis coming on, or we have the robo taxi Elon, or the Tesla taxis, and all those things that sell the driverless cars. The next step is air taxis, and in some states they're already building these airports. So Archer Aviation is going to be a big part in that. Some of the most active stocks, you have Lucid, LCID. A lot of volume on them right now. It's even at 11 million. They're up pre-market. Um, but this is like one of those penny stocks, so to speak. If you look at the 1 hour chart, or just look at the day chart. Let's get it in focus here. Um, since March, they kind of been trading in a zone. Now they're at the bottom of that zone. So if you're, there's a double top here, target of 158. They haven't hit that yet. Um, But I mean, there's a lot of support right here at 198, which they hit again yesterday, and it looks like it bounced back from that. So um, if I was a gambling man, then I would probably take a gamble here, especially with it being so cheap. But there's always risk. And again, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So what's going on, David? How you doing? What EMAs you got? What do you mean? You mean like on the chart? What is it? Taniquis? Hold on 1 second. Gotta take this call. Sorry about that. But yeah, what do you mean? Was it Tinquis? Um, I just call you Gucci. I've been trading for since 2010, something like that. Appreciate the follow, Arena. What's going on, Ed? But yeah, to answer your question, oh well, I was talking about Lucid. Lucid maybe is a lot of volume. Actually, we got 212. I don't know if that's over that time frame. Let's see. Yeah. So in the hour, yesterday we had 212 um million. I think that's the volume, if I'm not mistaken. But the hour time frame is looking a little bit less promising. So and I mean it's coming off some bad momentum here. RSI is dipping down into a to an oversold position, so to speak. Implied volatility is at 17. So yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like if I was a gambling person, I would take a gamble. Appreciate the follow, Black Blaze Black. Appreciate the follow. If I was gambling, I would definitely take a gamble on that. But I'm not really too much a gambler when it comes to the market. So yeah. What else we got here? Ford. Ford's always. We'll talk about Hood. Let's go to the Hood. Robin, and that's Robin Hood. Robin Hood. You know, in my, you could call it my Discord. Um, I called out a target on this yesterday of 100 when it was at 82, 83. Um, Actually on Friday. It was so on Monday it was at 80, 88. So I called out a target of 100, a stop loss at like 83, something like that. But yeah, as you can see, that worked out pretty good. It almost hit the target. It was at 99.17, and I'm, you know, one of my strategies. What's going on, Betico? One of my strategies is to, like, when I have a target, or if I see it, on the chart, okay, it's gonna hit a certain number. Sometimes I put my, if I'm taking profit, I don't put my profit, my target right on, or I don't put my take profit right on what I think the target is. I try to usually put it maybe $1 before, because I mean, what's another dollar? You know what I'm saying? If you're day trading, it doesn't really mean much. That extra dollar. So it's always good to make sure your trigger gets hit. It's always good to put your stop loss a little bit before where you think it's gonna go, because sometimes it doesn't go there. Like you see, I had a target of 100, but it got to 99, 99.18, and took a dive. So if I wanted to maximize that profit, I would have put it in at 99. You know what I'm saying? I unfortunately did not do that. I didn't take my own advice. What's going on, Christopher? Um, what's going on, Mr. Akhtar? Um, I didn't take my own advice, so it pulled back a little bit on me. Hopefully today we still get, as you can see, the momentum's building. RSI is in a good position. We got some green applied volatility at a 73. The strength is not that big, but we'll hopefully get back to where we were, and then eventually it'll get to that 100 target. But it didn't do it yesterday, and so if I would have took that profit at 99, and then it pulled back to what, 90, 89ish, then that presents another buying opportunity for me, especially if I'm bullish on the stock. And as you can see, it was trading, it created a new VWAP. Make sure you study your VWAP. If not, check out my my tutorials in my link tree. You'll get access to all my different platforms here. But I got to be careful what I say, because if I say the wrong thing, I start having issues with TikTok. I promote TikTok heavy, But anyways, um, yeah. Yeah. 88 would have been another buying opportunity for me. And as you can see, it kind of went to this top here at 94 ish, and now it's pre-market. It's at 92.53. So yeah, welcome out of eight. What is it? Out of 479. Where's the 479? Never heard of that area code. So yeah, so Robin Hood is definitely a stock that I'm gonna be into, that I'm gonna be purchasing, because for one, because of the crypto thing. If you've been paying attention to the crypto guys, a lot of them are starting banks and are filing for banks, to operate as a bank. Appreciate the follow, shop Mr. Picks. Appreciate the follow, and appreciate the likes. But yeah, a lot of these crypto companies are filing for banks. One of them is Circle, and so there's that, and they got this new token thing that they're doing. Trying to look it up. Yeah, so let's go. Robinhood shares soars, new crypto stock tokens open doors to overseas investors. So basically, Robinhood market shares soared. Record territory listed by yeah. Where am I getting to? Robinhood's chief executive Vlad said that Robinhood is giving EU customers exposure to two of the most valuable private companies. So they're creating these tokens to where you can buy into private companies. And if you currently the way it's set up is you have to be an accredited investor, meaning you have to have over what's going on, Price. Welcome to the channel. You have to have over $1 million, you know, um, in assets in order to invest in private companies. You can't just buy them on the market or on Robinhood like you normally would. So they've found this loophole around the system, and I guess they're testing it in Europe right now. Um, let's see how that goes. And then the next, you already know the next step is to bring that, what's going on, Price, to bring that to the US. So that's why Robinhood is soaring right now, and this seems to be a theme with a lot of crypto companies. So yeah, and one of the, you can kind of see where Robinhood may go by looking at Coinbase. And we got Coinbase right here. Let's go to the day chart. I'm on the 15-minute chart. Sorry. You look at the day chart on Robinhood. I'm sorry, on Coinbase, going back to to April of this year, it was trading at 142. Now it's trading at pre-market 343. So that's up 100% since April. So if we get that same movement, sorry, TikTok guys, if we get, you can see that now from April, trading at 144 at the low, heavy support there, and it broke through this ceiling of 300, and it soared all the way up to almost 400 at 382. Right now it's trading at 343. So that's up over 100% in since April. So what's going on, real talk? Welcome to the channel. So yeah, so as you can see, you know, this could be very beneficial for Robinhood. Right now trading at $92. So which is a good, I won't say it's a good price to get in, but it's affordable, especially if you're using like a margin account where you have to put up only like 25% of the money. Man, see, skipping frames again, man. Need to let me end this. Let me shut down some of these damn windows. I don't know why I'm skipping frames. It's getting annoying. But yeah. So hopefully we don't lag here. But yeah. So you can see where Robinhood may go. And what's going on, Joseph? Thanks for the follow. You can see where Robinhood may go just based off of, looking at similar companies. Another one is Circle. Circle is a new IPO. SRCL, Circle Internet Group. It's a new IPO, just came on the scene on last Thursday, and they came in at 65, had a peak of 296. Right now they're trading at 193. That's crazy. But they're same thing. That they're looking to do the same thing. They just filed for. Let me see. Circle files for bank. Yeah. So let's go to the Circle applies for U.S. Trust Bank license after bumper IPO. Charter will allow Circle to manage reserves, provide custody. If approved, Circle will become a second crypto firm with a charter. And move follows blockbuster IPO earlier this month. So this is a common, I won't say common, but this is a new trend that we're seeing. Identifying a new trend. You heard it here first. What's going on, Gustavo? Gustavo, however you say that. I'm just gonna call you 2333 2333. Yeah. So this is a new trend that you heard here first. Crypto companies are becoming banks. And yeah. So there's that. I'm okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I was lagging here. If you didn't see that, here it is. But yeah. So we'll get off of that because it seems to be causing my computer to lag. Make sure you support the channel, man. I need to upgrade computer. I thought I had a fast one, but it's starting to not be that fast. So yeah, what's going on, Jay? Welcome to the channel. Big Dog, welcome to the channel. So yeah, so crypto, where was I going here? Just telling you some guys that are gonna do their thing. Let's go back to Trading View. Yeah, so see here. Glocky, what's going on, Glocky? Another, we already talked about runs up pre-market. Hood is, hopefully that keeps soaring pre-market. CoreWeave's another stock that we're following. We'll look at the hour chart. I like to do that. It's a little bit more friendly here. I know I have a lot of stuff probably um on my chart. I have tutorials on how I call it the read deck on how to set it up and how to read it, so to speak. Just check out the link in my bio. That'll get you there. Um, what else we got? GRRR. Hey, these are risky plays that I don't really recommend. OS OS is another one. Um, Teledoc. If you have insurance, you'll well my insurance. I know they're promoting Teledoc. Because I mean it saves money. It's actually really convenient for you to go. What's going on, Nelson? It's really convenient for you to to go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the main causes of I won't say well, I don't even say that word because then TikTok will get on me. But um, people don't generally take care of themselves as long as they should, and as well as they should. And one of the reasons is, I guess, inconvenience for going to the doctor and having to do all that. Teledoc is it offers you the ability to do a teleconference with your doctor, and usually that's, I won't say that's enough, but it's not always needed for you to go into the doctor's office and wait in that. They tell you 10 o'clock, and you get there and you're not seen by the doctor until 11 or something like that. So Teledoc is definitely promoted by my insurance. So they're, rightfully so, their stock's doing pretty well. And that's since last week they're up. Let's see what we got here. They're up 26%, and they're climbing. And we could see some 12, some 14s here pretty soon. So let's take a look at Teledoc. What else we have here? Let's get that out of the way. What else we have here? Core Science, that's also up pre-market as well. Um, Another stock that is promoted to me is Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder is up since the 16th. They're up 26% as well. They're also up pre-market. Um, you know, for some reason, in times of uncertainty, luxury brand. What's going on, Daniel? Luxury brands do well. So Estee Lauder is one of them, and I won't say that Estee Lauder is a luxury brand. They own a lot of consumer durables, household, personal care items that people want to. If they don't feel good, they want to at least look good. For some reason, Lockheed Martin. This was I won't say this was a short, but it was, as you can see. There's a double top. Sorry, my TikTokers. There's a double top here that formed, and it kind of rode that all the way down. It's rebounded some. Right now, pre-market, it's at 467. So it may not get down to this target of 395, but it is definitely a short for me. Um, the war isn't popping off like it thought it would. What's going on, Notes? Notes 1966. How you doing? So yeah, so those are my plays for this. What I'm in this week, or what I've been in recently. Chevron, like I said, oil didn't do what many thought it would do. So these stocks haven't done any good numbers in the last few weeks. Oh, Black Sky was another stock that I'm in. Black Sky Technology. They recently got a contract. Which space tech, and they're a space tech company, Black. So they got a contract with NASA. They're up 19%. There's just a lot of stats right here, but let me see more events. Black Sky, yeah, says it won a $24 million NGA deal for global facility monitoring. Said it won a contract with more than $21 million. Agency agency to provide AI-based monitoring of global military and economic facilities over 4 years for its Luno A facility. The company said the initial award is valued at $2 million and covers um, object and activity detection using satellite imagery and artificial intelligence. Like the AI, as far as like reading documents and maps and stuff like that, is it. I mean, a human can't do the stuff or pick up on the stuff that the AI can. I mean, I'm just sorry. I'm not a AI guy. What's going on, Muhammad? I'm not an AI guy. Um, I like humans, especially when I'm talking to somebody on the phone. But some things, are just beyond human capability, and yeah. Uber, Uber also, they're competing. They've joined with Waymo in Atlanta to introduce these autonomous driving cars, taxis. So then that's to compete with the Tesla. Tesla's only in, I think, a small city in Texas. I can't remember what city, but yeah, but Uber's competing right with them. They hit a double top here, so there could be a pullback. I don't see them sliding under the what they call the neckline, which is which is on this one. It's at 81.84, but as you can see, that long blue line here, that's also support, and then there's another support at 82.39. So I don't see it going here. I don't even see it going under the 200 EMA right now, 87. But there could be a pullback, probably to 90.27. If you're risk adverse, meaning you don't like risk, you can wait till it gets in this area. Worst case, it falls to 89, 87, in my opinion. And then you get in, and then you may see it break 100, that magic 100 number, which is hard to break. But Uber's competing. They're not going anywhere. And to me, they have a bigger platform. They have a lot more data. On just if you know anything about this stuff, um, it takes a lot of data to program these autonomous driving cars. And while Tesla does have a lot of data because they have cameras on all of their Teslas, but I mean, how many Teslas do you see on the road? You see way more, normal cars and than a Tesla. So you better believe that Uber is taking this data when you ride in the car and what the driver's doing. It may not be as sophisticated as Tesla, because but it's still data, and they can use that to program these cars. And combined with Waymo, if you've seen these cars, they got all kind of sensors and stuff on it. It looks pretty cool. I'll figure out how to, not figure out, but I'll have where I could have my sound and audio correct um, when people view this, so I can play these videos and stuff for you. But if just go search for Waymo and Uber Atlanta, and you'll see a lot of cool videos on that. But Uber's not going anywhere. Um, my older plays, Alcoa. Um, you've been following Alcoa is a stock that I promote based on the aluminum tariffs. The price of aluminum is going to continue to go up. While Alcoa does import a lot of their aluminum from Canada, that relationship looks to be The relationship between the U.S. and Canada does look to be, um, you know, better. It's not. It's not where it was, but it's not where it was going. It was going bad. Sorry, TikTokers, keep forgetting you can't see that. Um, it's not where it was going. You know what I'm saying? The relationship seems to be, there seems to be some respect gaining there. So, like I said, while Alcoa does import a lot of their aluminum, so there's that cost that will affect their revenue. The bottom line is aluminum prices are going up, and they're going to benefit from that one way or the other. So as you can see, since I've been promoting them, not promoting them because I'm not promoting them, but since I've been investing in them, um, during this period right here around mid-May, where they took a jump here, and kind of ran into this ceiling, had the double top, hit the target, which is always good, and they've been on a skyrocket, not on a skyrocket, but they've been going up ever since. And they broke through this little ceiling range here between 29.75 and 30, and now they're pre-market, they're up over $30, approaching 31, so they may be headed to 31.66 and then 33.03, 33.01. So I'll, put Alcoa in your bag for sure. Micron Technologies is another play that we've been making. Since April, as you can see, it's up 75% at the high. Right now, it's trading pre-market at 120. I actually just sold my bag, my shares of this company because of, as you can see, I had it circled here. This range right in here was this run. So now, momentum's kind of moved on the downside. RSI has plummeted. I probably didn't sell when I should have. So I'm just waiting for this RSI to kind of level out, probably in an oversold position. What's going on? OGCE 0. In an oversold position. It probably will happen around 119.75 ish. At worst case, 117.50 ish. And then that's probably another point to get back in. Dividends probably should have stayed in until after the dividends. Expiration date July 7th. So, if you want to participate in the dividends that are going to get paid out on the 22nd of July, you have to be in the stock by the 7th of July and hold that. So if you're a dividend guy, dividend revenue guy, that's a good place to be. I don't know what let me see what their last dividend was. I don't even look at that, but research what their last dividend was. Let me see. It was 11 cents per share. I guess it's projected to be 11 cents again. 11 and a half cents per share. So if you're a whale, got a lot of money, crashed a lot of money rooted out of semis yesterday. Will probably continue today. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. You're probably right on that, Crash. Thank you for checking in. We'll definitely look at that. Like Crash is saying, a lot of money. And what's going on? Sufficient funds. Not insufficient, sufficient. It's pretty cool. But anyways, I have a lot of insufficient funds for what I want to do. But anyways, yeah, Crash, I definitely seen that. I kind of got caught up on some of that. So yeah. So the Crash saying check out the semis yesterday. Watch out in the semis yesterday. That'll probably continue today, and I agree with that. But going back to Micron Technologies, probably your good buy zone if you want to be safe. Wait till 117 if you want to take a chance. 119.85 ish in that area right there. But Macron is up. C Limited. This was another one of my plays. It looks like, I don't know when I got out, but I got out somewhere in here, because I probably got out down here, to be honest, um, and didn't really make anything on it. But it's, as you can see, it's hit that double top target, and we if you follow me, that's a springboard for good times. It is down. Is it down? It's at one. It's trading at 149 pre-market. So again, it's not financial advice, but it may be somewhere you want to look. C Limited, and they're a retail trade company. Let's see what we got. Best Buy. Best Buy has been doing pretty good. They didn't break the neckline. Again, the neckline is the low point of the double top. And as you can see, there was a lot of support there. It didn't actually hit the neckline. It bounced off of this support at 64, 68 ish, and it's bounced up since then. Right now, it's trading at 71 pre-market. What's going on, Pump Princess? So yeah, so that's good. I mean, it probably will go back to 75 ish before a pullback, maybe even 74, 61 ish for a pullback. But this is also the better off the tariff conversations go. What's going on, Braden? The better off the tariff conversations go, the better off this stock will be. So yeah, Eli Lilly is another one. Not too much movement. It's a little expensive for me. Um, I think did we buy in here? I don't know. I have to go check. I think this was maybe a buy point where I said it would be good to buy at. I can't remember what this arrow was for, but it's been up ever since about that area, and with a little bit of a pullback here now. But it's not something that I can't afford $776 a share, at least not enough to make any significant profit. I would really just be playing around getting into that. I'm going over the complete bag today because I owe you guys. I haven't been streaming for a while, so forgive me if this is kind of long, but it be like that sometimes. I miss you. Um, Nvidia is also, obviously, it's Mag 7. It's powered the internet. It's powered a lot of the gains in the market, especially the Nasdaq, for a long time, long time. Some of my coworkers told me to get into it 6 years ago, and I was dumb enough not to listen. I was messing around with GameStop and all that BS, and AMC, lost money on AMC, all that dumb stuff. But anyways, yeah, Nvidia is on a low run here, and I don't see any reason or signs why it should. The tariff stuff is easing up on them. They don't really have any competitors when it comes to GPUs. AI is going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and need more power, and they're going to keep building more data centers. And Crash says Nvidia needs to hold 5150. It does. I don't see any reason why it should. I mean, even if it doesn't hold 5150, in my opinion, Crash, I think it'll still hold up above 146. I think you're still safe above 146.40. But you're right. I think in the short term, probably it's already let's see, 51. Yeah, if it break, you're right. I mean, if it breaks below that, it's probably gonna fall to 146. But even then, I mean, as long as you're not heavily leveraged on it, you'll be good. It's not gonna crash. Crash. What's going on, Tracks? Welcome to the channel. So Nvidia is we all know what Nvidia is gonna do. It's gonna keep doing numbers. Qualcomm is another stock in my bag. They're also a player in the chip game, semiconductors. They're big in trucking, communications. They've also hit a double top here. They got a ceiling formed at 162. So we're probably looking at 158. What they need yeah, it is a nice day trade. Crash, yeah. Going back to Nvidia, it is a nice day trade opportunity. If it does break, it's only gonna present a buying opportunity. For stocks like Nvidia, when you see those type of crashes, like Crash is saying, it's only gonna present. What's going on, Eric? It's only gonna present a buying opportunity for you to make a nice little day trade. If you're a retail trader and you got under 25,000, you get your 3-day trades per week or per 5 trading days. You want to work those. Thanks for the follow, Eric. And that's another thing. Day traders, retail guys, learn how to work your 3-day trades in your 5-day period. It's a way that you can play with them. Don't get caught up in, if you're doing like crazy option spreads, make sure you close them out. Don't let the system close them out, because then that, you'll probably use more than one day trade. But learn how to work your day trades. It will, don't get crazy and don't know what your number is. Make sure you have that number displayed on your, if you're using Robinhood, make sure you have that on there and look at it, how many day trades you have left. But learn how to work those. And a good one to use is if Nvidia breaks the 5150, wait till the pullback and we'll go back to Nvidia. Wait till the pullback to this 146 area, because there's support there, and then do your day trade. If it doesn't, then just be a long-term guy. Just get in and follow the ride up. And even if you are long-term, still you can, play with it on by using some of your day trades on that. Let me see. Somebody in the chat says, golfing, I gotta respect you because you golfing. I passed my daily limit on my 50K combined, and I'm about to quit. Any advice? Don't quit. That's my advice. If you're talking about quitting, you passed my daily limit on my 50K combine and I'm about to quit. Any advice? I'm assuming you're saying your combine, you mean like a prop account or something like that. I'm assuming. I'm not real sure what you're saying, but if that's the case, don't quit, man. There are gonna be ups and there's gonna be downs. Just limit your downs. Don't get caught up in the, it's not, trading is not somewhere you want to be emotional. It's not somewhere you want to be emotional. I don't have the charger for this. It's not a place you want to get emotional, because emotions, they cause you to make mistakes. So my advice is don't quit. Golfing, it's like golf. when you hit it in the woods, every damn out of every tee box, do you quit or do you just keep going? I keep going. I just buy me some more balls, and I keep going. So I hopefully I answered your question. Sorry I didn't understand the jargon there. My bad, but hopefully I answered it. So we'll get off of Nvidia. We'll quickly wrap up on Qualcomm. To me, it's in a risky zone. To me, these areas are risky, where on the Fibonacci, where all of these lines are bunched together. That's risky territory to me. It's uncertainty. You can play it and all that good stuff, but that's not my bag. I like certainty. I like jumps. So I try to trade in these numbers and short in these numbers and buying opportunities down in these numbers. So, and actually, let me something's wrong with my fib here. Sorry guys, let me add a couple numbers. This one and this one. Sorry. Yeah, so I like to trade, and let me save this. I like to trade in these numbers. Let me add that on there. Sure, this one as well. Yeah. Sorry guys. But but yeah. So Qualcomm, like in these numbers, I wouldn't touch it. If it falls to this area, buy an opportunity. Um, on holdings is this, I won't say I was wrong on this, but I had a little bit more promise. But it got to this ceiling of 58, and it just couldn't break through. It actually took a hard dive from that, and it's also created new ceiling, dip way under the 200 EMA. It can't get any momentum. It just can't get right. It just can't get right, boss. So yeah. It just can't get right. And so I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole right now, even though it is up. I mean, it's up like 50 cents pre-market. It's still too risky for me. Haynes brands. I was shorting this. It's still probably a good short. It bounced off of the 200 EMA, so lot of sell volume, a lot of volume here. So hopefully it gets back down to 430, 435 if you're shorting this. What's going on, Loyal? Hims took a dive once they lost the contract with Nova Nordisk. Ended the partnership with him. Said they're doing illegal stuff, allegedly. And they actually, there's supposedly some class action lawsuits following. So, and even the attorney general, and this is coming out of Louisiana, the attorney general has notified investors with losses exceeding 100,000 of the lawsuit coming. So, it was doom and gloom. They've since rebounded some from that, but again, it's just too risky for me to even short, because for some reason it went up. I don't know. I don't think that'll continue. I don't think the momentum will continue for them. I don't think they'll ever get back, at least in the short term, short to mid term. They won't get back into 60, 50, 60, 70 numbers. But it's too uncertain for me to put any money into it. Man, so that's let me see if I got anything else. Like I said, it's gonna be long today because I haven't streamed for probably over 2 weeks. And we're about 2 hours away from the bell. I got my $10,000 challenge going on. Let's check on that real quick. I got my $10,000 challenge going on. It's where I'm gonna, I'm just trying to teach you how to save $10,000, and it won't take you putting in $10,000, hopefully. But it's really a savings plan. I use Robinhood to do that, and it's something where I'm setting up a transfer I think I'm doing every 2 weeks. But essentially you're just putting in $25 a week. So you do that. 25 times 52, that's going to be 1,300 for you. So you only have to make 8,700 in the market in a year to get your $10,000 mark. Again, I haven't, because I trade other accounts, I haven't really focused on this challenge. So as you can see, I'm a little bit behind. Theoretically, I'm supposed to be at 5,000. I only got $338 in here. And that's, like I said, that's because I haven't really been trading this account. I haven't really been focused on it. We have a group, an investment group. I've really been focusing on that account. But personally, I'm just challenging myself to make $10,000. And I don't even think I've been doing all of the deposits or anything, but we're gonna start it, and we're gonna document it, and we're on that. As you can see right now, we're at 337. I have a few trades that I've been doing overnight. I got a be it BMNR. I like, we talked about it on the stream earlier. I just bought a share of that just to see what it does, because it's up like 400 some percent since it was a new IPO, and I'm not gonna take any risk. I just wanted to play around with it. Um, I'm shorting DJT on a couple different things, and I have as you can see yesterday, Hood. I didn't take advantage of Hood, of when I should have sold. It was probably up 200 or 300. Didn't do that. So right now I'm paying for it. It should rebound, so I'm not too worried about it. That contract expires 7/11, and just a couple short-term plays that didn't really cost me much on Mara, because we're trying to ride the. Thanks for the follow. I don't even know what your name is. It's some weird symbol. But thanks for the follow. What's going on, 100 Truckers? What's going on, Danny? Welcome to the channel. So this is my little challenge myself. I have a number of different other accounts, but this account, I wanted to, and I didn't like the platform. I usually trade mostly from TradingView, so I didn't like this platform. It was glitching and lagging on me a lot. But now it seems to be under control. So I just said I'll play around with it, throw some money in here, and just try to make a few trades, just to, for one, get to know the platform, so I can tell you guys about it, all the little ins and outs. And this is Robinhood Legend, because I definitely don't like the other. I just can't use it. It's too much white on the screen, and that hurts my eyes. But so should I use Robinhood or trade? I mean, like I said, I'm using Robinhood Legend now. I don't like the regular Robinhood. Sorry, Robinhood. I like your stock, everything else, but I hate the platform. But this Legend, because I can customize it and kind of put what I want to see there, it doesn't have everything that I would want. Because like I said, I just use it for trading. So if you're using Robinhood, also use TradingView to look at your stuff, to chart out your charts. But it's not a bad platform. You asked me 2 months ago, I'd have told you it's terrible. So that's why I haven't done much on my $10,000 challenge. But I'm kind of all in right now. I like the options platform a little better than what I did a few months ago. It's running a little smoother. Oh, SMR is one that you want to look at as well. One of my partners gave me this play. It's a nuclear company, and they produce like these silos that are, that basically can turn old coal plants into nuclear power plants without having the risk of it having a meltdown. A meltdown is, if you watch The Simpsons, where everybody gotta get out of the area because it's about to blow or whatever. Some Chernobyl stuff, or whatever that, how you say that name. But and in this, he was like, man, I should have got in this. I was telling everybody about it when it was like at $1, and that's like 6 months ago. Now it's trading at 36. So he told me he put like 10 grand in at like around 20 bucks. And he's made a pretty good chunk of change. So if this company is anything what they say they're going to be, and if you sorry, I'm show the chart real quick. It's called New Scale. The ticker is SMR. Again, this is not financial advice, just for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, but one of my friends told me about this yesterday, actually, and I'm very interested. So and you can see there's a new IPO with a company called what is the company called? The company's called Oklo, I think. Oklo or something like that. but their new IPO, it's a Holtec. Holtec is on the verge of doing something never before, attempting in America, bringing back a decommissioned nuclear plant. So they're doing it. They're purchasing the whatever these silos or whatever they're called from SMR. They're called SMRs, but the company's name is SMR. The ticker is company's name is NewScale, but the ticker is SMR. And I think thanks for the follow, Best Clipper. Um, they're using this technology to bring back old power plants and to convert coal plants. So if this company is anything like they say they are, and their first, I guess, use or proof of concept is going to be through Holtec, who's purchased two of them, this is going to be a big company. And 36 may seem like a lot right now, but it's something you definitely want to get in for the future. I don't think they do have options, so that's why I'm looking at options plays. But going back to my 10,000 to answer your question, Robinhood or TradingView, if I'm doing, like, if I have an account, I would prefer to use TradingView. And TradingView, depending on who you connect it to, is a little wonky as well. But at least everything's right there. I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. I can trade from one spot, which I like. But I'm gonna be honest, Robinhood legend is starting to grow on me. So you'll see as I stream, I'll check back in on my $10,000 challenge every once in a while to let you know where I'm at on that. But so SMR, check that out, add that to your bag, do your own research on it. It's a good company. Well, my homie said it's a good company. Yeah, it rose by 103% within this. Yeah, more than 103%. 6 months ago, it was trading at under $2. So now it's at 36. That's like let's see. We'll just show you. I'll let the computer do the math. For some reason this is 200 and some percent. But let me see, 1 year. It was like $6. Maybe at the low it was like at $1.99. And now it's that was back in December. January it was at $1.99. January 15th, $1.99. What type of bank should I use for trading? Just use your normal bank. Don't just use your normal bank. I mean, whoever you bank with. If you're using Robinhood, they usually connect with them. You can do quick deposits. Before you can even use the money before it comes out of your account. So I mean, use someone you trust. So if there's an issue, you can at least report it. Don't use like a like a green dot card or something like that. But just use somebody you trust. I don't really give out banking advice, but just use somebody you trust. But SMR, check it out. That's my shameless, I won't say plug. I don't have nothing to do with them, but that's my trading advice for today. Yeah, man. So other than that, any questions, just drop them in the chat. I'm gonna try to stay on here for the next couple hours, or at least till probably. I won't say that long. Like I said, I'm following. I'm looking for DJT to go down. Not anything against him, but just I needed to go down. I'll probably close out these positions. These were more so speculation. What's up, currency? Currency moves. That's what I like. What else we got? Yeah, I got my half year dollar take or half year market take. We already know the dollar's terrible right now. As a beginner, what should you buy first? Just whatever you use most around the house. You know, look around your house and see what you use. And sorry, I had to blow my nose. See what you use and support them. That's what I would buy first. You know, if you like shoes, if you like, you got a lot of appliances, consumer goods. So to answer your question, consumer goods, whatever, whatever whatever. When I first started trading or learned anything about trading, it was when I was in like fifth grade. I think I went to summer school, but it was based around like new technologies and things like that. And one of them was this bulls and bears class, and so it was basically about the stock market. And I didn't know what to buy. I just had ideas. Oh, let's buy Kellogg's, because I mean we know Kellogg's was I ate that every morning. Toothpaste, Smith Klein Beecham, um, companies like that. And we only made like, we start off with 100 grand, and I think over the 2 month period, um, out of that class, everybody, the team that made the most money, they would go to the districts, and then the team that made the most money there, they won a prize. So we invested in household goods, and I think we bought one share of um, Warren Buffett's company, whatever that is, because it was the most expensive stock on the market. So we just bought everything that was consumer goods around the house, and we actually made like probably close to 6 grand, and we won. And if you notice that strategy, if I'd have had took that same strategy when I was in fifth grade or whatever, and till now, man, I'd be like Warren Buffett, and that's really what he did. So if you're a beginner and you just want to learn how to trade stuff that you use around the house, consumer goods, things that staples that is not going anywhere. And I say that because you don't want the pain of losing money when you're learning. Because losing money can discourage you. It can create bad habits. It can create greed. It can create, where you're chasing the dollar when that's really not what trading is about. It's about, learning for one, and also, it's just about having I won't say a good time, but you don't want to be stressful. You don't want to be paying your bills, using your bill money, what I'm saying, to flip. It's just like gambling. If you don't want to use, when you gamble, you win a lot more when you're comfortable. But if you're thinking about a dollar, trying to chase a dollar because you got to pay this and pay that, then you usually lose because you make bad decisions. So as a beginner, I recommend that you buy staple stocks, buy normal stuff that doesn't move a lot. Don't chase the FOMO. When you're on Twitter or whatever, and they say, "Oh man, it's it, man." Don't chase the hype. That'll be my advice. That would be my advice. Yeah, man. So need Hood to do his thing today, which is not on the BS again. I'll be right back, guys. I promise.
J Reed on the track.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. Let's see. I don't know what to do now. What's going on, Zane? How you doing? I'm 18 at the moment, still living at my parents' house, and I'm trying at least to make 10K at the end of the year. I'm chilling, man. Just getting prepared for the market open. Um, my trade of the day is Robinhood, so I need that to rebound. But just what? Let me see what this question is. I am 18 at the moment, still living at my parents' house, and I'm trying at least to make 10K by the end of the year. So, what's your question on that? How do you do it? Discipline, following the right people, um, taking good advice, and don't chase the FOMO. Yeah, that's how you do it. But yeah, but Zane, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just trying to set up, get prepared for the day, trying to get back in tune with my community. Like I said, I haven't streamed for a while. Been kind of busy. Um, I haven't been able to buy my time back completely. I still, work a day job. Like I'm sure all of you guys might be getting ready for work, or you might be, you might not have a job. You might just be at home and looking for something to do. So I recommend, the market. You don't have to spend that much time. You just have to do some research. If you're trading all day, you got a problem because usually you make your money in the first 30 minutes to an hour. After that, you're buying the BS. Um, so yeah, I like to get up early. So that means you got to go to sleep early. Unfortunately, what's going on, Black Bow? What's going on, Royal TikTok? Um, yeah, appreciate the share, Rick. And and like Rick saying, man, y'all make sure y'all share this. The market opens at 9:30 Eastern time. Um, Share the live, man. Get this advice out to your friends, man. I don't know it all. I'm definitely not one that's gonna tell you I know it all. I'm not a guru. I don't think there's a such thing as a guru. If that was the case, then this one person would have all the money in the market, and I don't see anyone that does that. Everybody takes L's. You just want to have more wins than L's. Thanks for the share. I don't know what your name is. I'm just gonna call you Symbol. Um, or the artist formerly known as. Appreciate the share. Panda, welcome. So yeah, I mean, just what was I answering? Thanks for the follow, Zane, as well. Um, Gypsy, welcome. Black Bow, thanks for joining again. Let's see, we got any? Yeah, so answer your question, artist formerly known as. Um, just don't chase the hype, man. It's I won't say it's easy to make 10 grand, but it's possible. And 10 grand to help anybody. Um, yeah, 10 grand will help anybody. So yeah, I mean, whether you're rich, poor, um, you know, that's a vacation. That's that's a new car for some people. That's a down payment on a house. Um, you know, that's toys for Christmas. Um, whatever 10 grand means to you, it means it means something to everybody, and it's very possible to get. My strategy that I'm using, I probably want to up this, but I would just say at least put in $25 a week into a Robinhood. You want to start off with stuff that you know. Um, yeah, MG, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the share as well. To answer your question, how do you know what to trade on? Is it research? I want to start options day trading. Yeah, you want to definitely do your research. You want to follow the news, just like ESPN. If you're trying to win that fantasy football um, um, championship this year, it's gonna be the guy that does the most research, who knows who's playing, who knows the injuries, who knows what team plays good against this team, or the defenses. Like it takes a lot of research. So and you're gonna get out of it what you put in. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, I'm looking at every day I'm able to look at CNBC, Bloom, those type things, different. I don't want to say, for some reason TikTok may kick me off for promoting stuff like that, but you want to watch the news, the market news. There's research where the market news is, and go to those guys and just lock in. You know what I'm saying? Like, know what the bond market's doing. Know what moves the market, and then put your money where your mind is. Invest in that stuff. Um, you know, but it's definitely going to take research before you get into options trading. And like I was telling my guy, the artist formerly known as, appreciate the like as well, MG. You don't want to lose money while you're learning, because it can develop bad habits. It can cause you to start chasing, and then now you're gambling. You ain't trading, you're gambling now. And you got you a 12 a 12 team parlay every play, and that's what you don't want to do, that trading. So you want to stick with stuff that moves. It may move slow, but trading is about patience. The main thing is about discipline. I think in my TikTok shop I have a book that you can purchase. I think, I'm not sure, I have to double check it, but there's a book called The Disciplined Trader. It has very little trading advice in it, but what it does have in it is about discipline, about being a disciplined person and all that good stuff. So the key is to be patient, and that takes discipline with anything. Yeah, it's probably funny. Sorry about that, but appreciate the like. Shrugging my shoulders, I would call you that. Because I guess that's a new thing. People don't have names; they just have symbols. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Man, I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, you don't want to lose money while you're trading. So definitely do your research. Don't chase the FOMO. Yeah, your ad doesn't show on here. It's just like some symbol. Um, but it's cool. I just call you shrugging my shoulders, shaking. I don't know. um, yeah, I'm glad you're here too. So happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here as well. Um, but yeah, man, you don't want to lose money while you're trading, so don't gamble. Don't set up a 12-man parlay every time you pick a trade. So don't go buying penny stocks. Oh, that's what I'm gonna say. Before you get into options, get your feet wet. Buy stuff like, buy stuff that is gonna, if it's not gonna go down, and at least if it's gonna go down, it's not gonna crash on you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to build some momentum. You're gonna turn that $100 into 120. You know what I'm saying? And that 120 into 150. And don't look to turn that 100 into $1,000 off options, because you could lose that money real quick, and then you just lost all your momentum. Now you got to start over. So I'm teaching you from experience. I've been trading actively for at least 10 years, and there's been it took me a long time to learn how to make money in the market. And I'm still trying to learn how to make money because I have my setbacks, as you can see on my and I have other accounts, but this is one where I told myself I'm going to trade when I make $10,000 on this account. And my journey with it, Robinhood, I didn't like the platform. So, I kind of let it sit stagnant. I was just putting my little $25 in there every week. And then even myself, I knew better, but I was like, I got to make this 10,000 real quick. When you don't, you just have to make it. And so you'll have setbacks. So don't get caught up in options and what everybody's saying on the other apps about, oh, you can make $10,000 in 20 minutes and all that stuff. Like, you can, but those things are calculated. You aren't just running up on a 10x play. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you calculated, and you have a good idea of what's going to happen. So that's my advice on that. Yeah. So you feel me? Perfect. And so should I invest money I earn from trading or keep it? Yeah, keep it. I mean, I'm sorry, invest it, reinvest it. Unless you don't want to get into where you're paying your bills off of your trading. What's up, man? No, you got him. Yeah, you just had it. Um. Oh, Bertha. Hold on, sorry, my wife for keys. You got them? All right. Um. So yeah. So it's reinvesting your money. That's how you're gonna compound it. Like I said, that 120. You put that 100 in there, you make $20. Now you're investing 120 instead of 100, and you done took the $20 and spent it. When the goal is to save. What I'm saying, use your trading at first to save money, to what they call leverage your bag. What I'm saying, don't go into this. Just let the money accumulate. So, all right, man, love you too. So yeah, so reinvest your money, man. Let it keep building. Yeah, just try to do 50 or 100 a day. You know what I'm saying? Like Duck. Appreciate you, Duck. It's very easy it's very, I won't say it's very easy, but that money compounds. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing what Duck's saying, like, eventually that's gonna be a pretty nice bag. And then you got to use your bag to make money. You got to have your money work for you. So eventually you don't have, because it's gonna come a time, my generation, we behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we was all told, don't invest in 401ks, don't do this, don't do that, and that was all BS. Because for one, a 401k is free money. Where are you gonna find an investment where you put in 3% and somebody else gonna give you 3%? If you look at it, that's you making 100%. You doubling your money every time. You're not gonna get that nowhere. Yeah, it may go up and down depending on what happens, but in the long run, you still making 100%. You doubling your money, and you not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So that little $20 or $30 or however much you make coming out your check, that's nothing compared to what it's gonna look like in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So especially our generation, we have to catch up on the, and a good way to do that is on the market, because eventually you're gonna get old. You're not gonna be able to work these long hours. If you got a job where you use your body, you ain't gonna be able to do that forever. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna slow down, and when you slow down, you want something to keep going, and that's gonna be your money. Your money is gonna work for you. Appreciate the follow, Duck. Welcome, Jano Archive. Welcome to the channel. So make your money work for you, man. And the way to do that is a good way to do that is with the market. And there are a lot of platforms that are making it easier as you learn more. The more you're gonna, the more like you got to have communities. I should be starting my community shortly. You can check it out in the link in the bio. But I don't want to say that in another app, because for some reason when I say other apps or even other just news platforms, TikTok starts like acting up on me. So check out the link in my bio. I'm trying to create a platform of people that invest, like-minded people that want to learn, that want to share knowledge. I'm gonna be the first to tell you I don't know anything. I know something, but I don't know at all when it comes to investments. You know what I'm saying? If I was, I'd be on TV with Warren Buffett and all those guys and on different networks, and they'll be interviewing me. You know, but what I'm doing is I'm able to listen to these people and give you the knowledge. And then I'm also I also want to learn from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like even you asking me these questions reinforces these things in me, because sometimes I get greedy, or I get, I start gambling, you know what I'm saying, on certain stuff instead of doing my research, following what people that are in the know or that are putting up a lot of money are doing. That's what you do. You don't never jump out there on your own. But that takes a community. That takes what is it? Was it each one teach one? Welcome, Danny. Each one teach one, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? In the game, you have to be your brother's keeper. So you guys asking me these questions and me answering them, and you telling me stuff, sharing stuff with me, like Crash was telling us, about a nice day trade on Nvidia. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about spreading love, man, spreading knowledge. It's not about hoarding that knowledge and getting on here and bragging to people, oh, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, or follow me here. And that's not what it's about, man. I'm definitely, I don't care. I'm gonna still be doing this because I like it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's one person or 500 people looking at me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an outlet for me, because I'm still gonna be on the mission of trying to trying to let my money work for me, so I don't have to work. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I know at the end of the day, when I can't work anymore, it's my money's gonna be here, and hopefully my family and stuff can benefit off of that. So I'm just gonna go through some quick stuff. Um, here. One stock that I see making some movement is in what is it? Is BM, and this is I have no idea what this company does. Is BMNR. They are a technology company. Um, I've just seen some headline news on them. Let's see what else news we have. Emerging technology companies complete said late Tuesday it completed Bitcoin purchases for Treasury and the proceeds that it receives from stock offering. So this is another one of those what is Mara and Bitcoin strategies. It's just called strategy right now. Micro strategy. I think it's just called strategy right now. Yeah, you're right. It's about humble and discipline. That's why I recommend the book, The Disciplined Trader. I think it's in my TikTok shop, or there's at least some book that you can check out about that. Again, I mean, it's affiliate, but it's really about sharing the knowledge. But if it's not in there, go purchase The Disciplined Trader. It'll help you in your life. It'll help you in trading. Don't look at it, oh, I'm going to read this book that has all these trading strategies. It's not that. The main strategy is discipline, and you'll learn that. And that's in life, that's in everything. But going back to this, Bitcoin, or was it Bitmine Immersion Technologies? So basically, this is another one of those strategy companies where they're taking their proceeds and buying buying treasuries and Bitcoin. So this we're you're getting in on. I guess maybe this is an IPO. I don't know. It's not an IPO. This is an old company. So I guess I don't know. They crashed or something to pennies, and now they're on the move again. So they were up like how much? They're up like 500% in the last couple days since Friday. So something popped off, and it may be placed 55.6 million shares. Let's see. Bitmine Emerging Tech to place 55.6 million shares at 450 per share. I don't know what that means. They had a split here. That's why the price went down. 1-20 split. So maybe they're going back up to that 180 mark. But again, I just bought a share of it because I didn't know what it was. I just seen it on the moving board, and I've already made like 12%, which is $5, but I'm stacking. I probably should have bought more, but like I said, I wasn't. And they don't have options. I would have bought options. MBNR. Oh, was it BMNR? BMNR. They don't have options. At least on Robinhood, they don't. So yeah. That's another mover right now. Stacking bit by bit, exactly. Stacking bit by bit. I don't care if it's $5 or $500. Stack it and use it. Leverage it. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting dividends, I always reinvest the dividends. I don't ever take the cash. Just give me more stock, especially if it's something I believe in. Just give me the stock. Oh, Big Bear AI is on the move again. It took a little pullback. It went up to 725. And that's usually it was that in a day. Yeah, Monday it was up I think 20%, something like that. Since Friday. Yeah, it went up like 20%, 25%. A little bit of a pullback, but it's on the move again. AI is talked about, and I seen that in the options chain. I seen a lot of people. Let me see if there's anything going on right now. No, nothing going on right now. But in the options chain, I seen a lot of AI companies and quantum computing, like was it Qubit, quantum, yeah, QUBT. That was in the. A lot of people have options on that. Let me see, UBT. Kind of mixed. Got some puts, got some calls, but a lot of whale movement on that. What was the other one? It was let me see. I got them here somewhere. What's going on, Courtney? Welcome to the channel. Let me see. What was another quantum computing? Sound was in the movement here. SoundHound. If you've been to Wendy's lately, AI is taking your order. SoundHound is a big player in that. I don't know if they're doing Wendy's technology, but they're definitely doing that in the restaurant. They're definitely in the restaurant business as far as AI. So AI will be taking your order very, very soon. What am I looking for? Li Auto. Li Auto is another. Right now, they're like how you've seen in the news, the tariffs are hurting Japanese car makers. Is Li Auto Japanese? Let me see. think they're Chinese. Sorry, TikTok guys, if you can't see this properly on your screen. Li Auto is a, say they're a Chinese company. So they're even more susceptible to what's going on as far as tariffs, but they make a they make a very good car. Them and Rivian, I love Rivians. They can't they, to me, on as far as luxury, you know what I'm saying, they're killing all of the other EV car makers. Let's see, what was this question? um what's one trade you think that will raise in the next few days or weeks? Let me think about that real quick. I'll get your answer here in a second, but let me just finish this thought. Looking for the other quantum computing stocks. Regeneron, no, that's pharmaceuticals. Where is it? Sorry, hold on. I can't find it, but definitely look at quantum computing. That's a to me, that's going to be an emerging sector here in a little bit. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? So your question was, what's one trade you think that will raise in the next few days? If I had to give you, if I had to put something important on it, um, I mean, believe it or not, for me, it's going to be Robinhood. Um, for a lot of reasons. I think the main reason is because, I think they will. I think their credit got raised from 30 to 40x, and then they're also doing, if you can see on the screen, they're doing these their tokenization initiative, allowing European investors to trade tokenized U.S. equities like Apple and Nvidia on a 24/7 blockchain. So everybody wants to trade 24/7, and they hate that the market's closed. Um, it kind of bottlenecks movement, so to speak. So they've set up a way for Europeans to trade 24/7, and like if you're time zones, like if you want to trade the U.S. stock, you have to over there you have to be up during these crazy hours, and you can't be a normal person. So this is going to their revolution. This is something new to the game, and I think they yesterday it peaked at 99.18. I think that, of course, right now it's trading at $90, but I think that momentum is still there. Like if you look at the day chart, I mean, the momentum is still there. You can't see it on the screen depending on what app you're using, but this is the day chart for all my TikTokers. It has, there has been a little bit of a pullback, but it's still up. They got earnings coming out, which I think that will crush the numbers. That's what I've been hearing and researching. RSI is still pretty um, somewhat overbought, but that kind of explains the pullback right here. But I think people are, there are a lot of call options for, for at 100, 125, 110, stuff like that. So yeah. So if I had to give you one trade, protect your heart. Thank you for joining. If I had to give you one trade that I think will make money in the next week, it would be Robinhood. Now, if you want a safer play, That's a little speculative. If you want a safer play, um, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Nvidia, just because um, it may have a little bit of downside, like like Crash was telling us, Crash 616, that if it stays above, it's got to stay above 150, as you can see on this chart. Hold on, let me add something here. For some reason this keeps falling off. Um, it's got to stay above 150. If it doesn't, I think it'll fall to the support at 146. And in worser than worst case, 144. If that happens, in my opinion, it's just going to create a huge buying opportunity for one of the premier stocks in the Mag 7, if not the stock in the entire market, and it's just going to slingshot it. If not, it's just going to slowly, gradually go up here, get out of this what I call the ruckus. This area in here is the ruckus, and then it starts really extending into some of these big numbers. Now it's a little bit expensive at 150 something dollars a share. So if you're fortunate enough to have leverage, 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 10 to 1, whatever. If you have leverage, this would be something that I use it on. If you're just trying to grow your bag, it's something you can get into. Um, so yeah, so that those are my two, I would say, go-to plays. You also probably have Palantir in there as well, but and Palantir, like you said, it just came off a double top. It hit the target of 134. Still sliding a little bit. It's under the 200 EMA, this big green line here. So yeah, so it's not, it may be in that position that I was saying, Nvidia. If it falls, if it doesn't hold this, it'll fall to this. Now this, this could continue to slide. I mean, the next support level is 119, and Palantir is not, not unknown for making big slides like that. I mean, it was just trading at 119 on the 25th, which was a few Thursdays ago. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities, that it does that. So Tesla, to be honest, BMNR. First, let me answer Courtney on BMNR. I'm in. I bought a share. I mean, I'm not, doing anything big in it, but I did because I just want to feel a part of it if it happens or doesn't happen. But BMNR has been doing Nimbus, as I like to say, in the last few days, up like 500 and some percent. So I would have loved to have gotten in it, at 13ish or whatever, even at $5. Um, so I think it does a little bit today. To answer your question, Courtney, I wouldn't bank my house on it, and I would definitely have a stop loss and a take profit set, so you don't have to do anything manual. If you're trading big in it, I just got a share in it. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make $10, $20, no, so to speak. But and then to answer your question, the artist formerly known as, I don't know what your name is, but um, Tesla. Yeah, I didn't even talk about Tesla today. Let me just take a look at it. I don't like Tesla, and because, for one, I don't like the cars. Um, Not that they're not revolutionary, or not that they're not doing anything in the autonomous driving space. They are. They're, every, outside of the political stuff, they're decent cars. They're just ugly, and they don't look better than Rivians. They probably cost less on a grand scale, but they don't look better. So that's a you know that's something. and then bringing back in all the political stuff. Just call me L. Okay, L. Bringing back in all the political stuff. Like if you caught earlier in my stream, um, you know, Elon Musk and Trump and DJ. I'll just call him DJT because I don't know if that's some of the stuff that TikTok starts lagging me on. But DJT and Elon, they've had they're in this sparring match. They've had round 1, 2. Trump knocked them, or DJT knocked them out, knocked them down at least in round 2. He said, "No mas, I don't want no more trouble." And then now he's kind of starting up round 3 again. So DJT said, "I'm going to deport you, and I'm gonna sick Doge on you." So all of that stuff leads. He's already got one side against him, and they're burning cars and stuff, and they don't want to buy him, and they're keying him. So that hurts the stock. And then now you got the other side on your against you as well. They hadn't kind of pulled off of you and was hoping you was gonna come back in. Now you're trying to start round 3 with no ammunition really. So I would stay away from Tesla because while it may be a good opportunity to buy and to go up, in my opinion, it's also a good way to lose a lot of money. Because it costs $300 for a share. So if you're doing anything big, you're leveraging it, unless you're just, a whale. And why are you listening to me? I need to be listening to you. If you're a whale, put the whale symbol in the chat. But yeah. So I would stay away from it. As you can see here, it's on a down. We got an extension down here, and it, you say the wrong thing, you at 158, buddy. And I think that's in leverage territory for Musk. Anything under like $200, I believe they're doing a margin call on him. So I don't think it makes any significant movement, especially with a $300 price tag. If it goes to 350, where you got 2-3 ceilings, that's not a lot of money. That's what from here. That's like 17%. Man. So to me, it's way more risk than reward. You got 17% on the upside. You got 20, 30, 40% on the downside. Which is not, like I said, it was just trading in April at 223, which is 30%, 40% down from where it is now. So it's not worth it if you ask me. Jay did that ish. Says, what are some of the best ones to trade on? And how do you make that decision? I mean, I won't say there's a best. There's a best or bester or gooder. I know I'm using improper English. Stock to trade on. I would just say what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like a good way. You gotta do your research, but a good starting point is a heat map. I'm bringing up a heat map here. So a heat map just kind of shows you what sectors are doing good and what sectors are doing bad. Right now, bad technology, like Microsoft, Google, Meta, Palantir, Netflix, Oracle, all these guys are down, especially Palantir, they're down right now. And then you got electronic technology, Nvidia, Apple's up surprisingly, but everyone else is red. And then you got all these green sectors here. Now you kind of got to look at it too. If it's up, is it going to stay up? So are you buying at a high? Are you buying at a top? You got to kind of use unconventional logic sometimes. Like sometimes green means red, and sometimes red means green. And what I mean is these stocks that are down, are you getting them at a bargain? Are you buying them at a bargain? And then, you're buying them at a low point, and then you're looking to sell at a high point. So again, I think a good starting point, especially for a beginner, is to look at the heat map. If you got TradingView, if you don't have TradingView, get you set up a free account. If you do, and once you get that, and if you already have it, Look at your heat map. See where the party's going on at. And then if you're looking at something green, is it gonna stay green, or are you buying at a high? And if you're looking at something red, is it gonna continue to slide? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to or is it gonna rebound? You know what I'm saying? I usually probably look for stuff that's down and it's gonna rebound, like Nvidia. Nvidia is down, but we all know Nvidia's, you should know Nvidia is probably the number one stock on the market. So if the market goes up, it's likely Nvidia is going to go up. Now, again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Have to throw that disclaimer out there, but you know, yeah, that would be my starting place. And you make a decision once you have enough information. You listen to knowledgeable people. Hopefully, I'm one of them. I'm not saying I know it all, but yeah, you have to be willing to. I'm not actually. I'm gonna definitely tell you I don't know it all. Those are the people you want to listen to. You don't want to listen to know-it-alls, because if you knew it all, why don't you have all the money in the world? You know what I'm saying? So you don't know it all. You got to listen to people. You got to listen to people. Period. You know what I'm saying? Listen to people and take into account. Don't listen to too many people. Don't listen to idiots. But listen to people and continue to gain knowledge and share knowledge, because that's how it starts. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps it going. Yeah. See you later too, man. I'm not gonna be on for too much longer as well. I gotta work. Um, I've been watching a lot of videos and just learning. That's the name of the game, man. Watch a lot of videos, learn, get your feet wet, but don't take no risk. You know what I'm saying? Just stick with the staples, the big names. The good companies. I'm gonna say big names, good companies, and then watch your videos, and don't try to add on. Don't try to learn everything and then do it. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like Legos. Use it or building blocks. Add on this. First start with a simple trades, and then add on this, and then add on that. One of the last things you should start adding on is options, because like I said before, that's a good way to lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna try to, like I said, I haven't been on live in a while, just because just been I haven't really been trading because the market was just so messed up. But I'm going to try to go online every morning at around 6 a.m. That gives me enough time to do my own research as well, and just kind of just do a live. So you can expect me every day, but click my link in the bio. That'll give you access to all of my other platforms, and I usually try to simulcast. I'm not doing that on all of them today, just a couple. But set like, subscribe, all of them. Set the notification bell. I'll be on, man. I'm gonna be on. So yeah, so check me out. All right, man. See you later as well. See you. I'll be on tomorrow as well. Definitely be on tomorrow as well. I'm kind of winding down my we got like what 45 minutes for the bell. Like I said, I'm following Robinhood today. These are my cores for today. I'm following Robinhood. It's down pre-market. I don't like to see that. But it was down yesterday pre-market. Big Bear AI. I'm looking at that. Sunrun is a solar company. They just passed the big beautiful bill, which surprisingly continued the solar approved a tax and spend bill that removed an excise tax on solar. U.S. Senate after U.S. Senate approved a tax and spend bill that removed an excise tax on solar and wind projects. That removed. I think that's what that's supposed to say, is it didn't remove the excise tax on solar and wind projects. So So that, of course, the stock's been going up since then. If you follow my channel, actually, I don't think I put this in the channel. Thank you for sharing the live as well. Welcome, Grant. Um, um, but I think I am in some Discord that I have. It's a private one. I haven't launched my public one yet, but um, I put out a target of 10 of I think what I said 940, and if you look yesterday, it hit 938. So, and that goes back to setting your take profit a little bit lower than your target, or in your stop loss a little bit higher than your stop loss. Actually, with a stop loss, probably want to just keep it right there because you don't want to get stopped out early. But on your take profit, I mean, what's 2 cents gonna do me? It could cause me a loss of not taking profit when I should have. But it's only gonna gain me, depending on how much I'm trading. It's not gonna gain a lot. So Sunrun, I'm looking to see if it's gonna continue to run. And BMNR, like my girl Courtney was talking about. Feel you, bro. I appreciate the knowledge. I've been watching a lot of videos and just yeah. I'm sorry. I think I already said that. Yeah, Jay. Definitely do that. Follow me as well. I think you already did, so I appreciate it. Sunrun. This man. Yeah. So Bitmine is a highly speculative, highly volatile play. So I'm watching that. Circle. I don't know if I talked about Circle. Hopefully I did. Circle is one of those internet companies that recently filed for. Circle wants to open a bank. What that means for stablecoin giant. So they're trying to open a stablecoin bank. They peaked at this is a new IPO. Came in at $60, peaked at almost 300, fell back a little bit to 188 right now pre-market. But this is, I want to say this is the future, but it's something like the future. It's definitely something like the future. Um, so I'm watching Circle, um, Arrow Environment. It's another company that I'm watching. It's an aerospace defense company. They're down a little bit. It's a little expensive, but watching them as well. There may be some option plays on that. One stream. I think I probably. Hopefully they, like I said, this may be a low for them, and then we start rising off of this. So I'm watching one stream as well. So that's about all I'm looking at, and of course CoreWeave. Um, looking for a re-entry point back in the black sky. I'm thinking 16 may be the play here. Right now it's at 20, so that's like a almost 25% slide. So the number we're looking for it to hold is 1850, 1858. If not, I think we fall to this number. LA, welcome to the channel. So yeah, that's about all I'm following today. Heavily, of course, I'll just be looking for stuff. But another sector I'm watching is the drone sector. So you got like Mobilicom. Um, you have RCAT, which is Red Cat Holding. I think they do software for it. Unusual Machines, another company in there. I think no, that's a fintech. So yeah, so those three. There's some others in that sector. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. So again, thank you guys for rocking out with me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Set your notification bell so you know when I go live. I'm gonna try to go live every morning at 6 a.m. I know that's early, but while you're in the bed scrolling, just check me out. Again, disclaimer: this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I got some affiliate links in the bio. One of my favorite platforms if you're trying to get into crypto, or actually if you're already into crypto, and you're just looking for a little bit more action, you're looking to, for your money to go a little bit longer, check out btcc.com. There's a link in my bio where you can get 10% bonus on first time deposits. But on this platform, you can leverage your crypto trades. Actually, you can trade futures. And I don't know of any other platform that allows you to. I mean, I think Robinhood does now, but with this platform, you can leverage that up to 500x. So, of course, do your research beforehand. Don't gamble, because you can lose a lot of money, but you could also make a lot of money with 500x leverage. So when you do that, make sure you set your stop losses and take profits. It's very important to do that. But as a bonus from myself and a relationship that I have with BTCC, use the link in my bio. You get 10% for free. If you're looking for a streamlined setup for Robinhood, click the link in there as well. I believe I have Coinbase coming soon, or if not already on there. If you're a streamer, I got all kinds of stuff. If you're looking for web app, anything. I mean, just you can find a link in my bio that'll lead you in some direction. And again, I'm trying to be here every morning at 6 a.m. So, I'll see you guys then. And this was the stream for today. I'm your host, Reed, and this was the Reed Report. Peace.